So this little miner is hard at work getting us a lot of resources like the coal here and the copper down here, which I can also do myself just to speed things up. And then once we have enough of those resources, we can unlock a new miner. And his name is Morgan. He's gonna come in here and just blast the blocks with a shotgun. I guess that's one way to mine it out. And once we collect enough of these resources, we can also smelt them together to make some copper bars, which it looks like we can make 4 of them right now. And there's also the occasional bird that comes in here, which will give us a lot of money that can be used for upgrades like mining power. And it only takes 3 copper bars to unlock Adoy, who's a little goblin boy. He strolls right on up and he's just poking the blocks with a stick, but he's destroying them in 1 hit, which is really good. And then once they destroy all of the blocks, then we move on to the next floor. And it's really fun watching the shotgunner do his thing because so many blocks get destroyed at a time. Look at this. It's amazing. And upgrading the mining power affects all of them as well, so we'll just help them out as much as we can. And also help out the clicky damage because now I'm destroying some of the basic blocks in one go. We'll just get our way through all of these floors as quickly as possible. Oh, that bird had a hat on him. What are you? Oh, he's got gems. Very nice. But we're not gonna concern ourselves too much with the gems. Mostly worried about the coins to increase mining power. That's already 1,000%. So now our little goblin boy is doing 75 damage instead of the 25 that he started with, and he crits sometimes too. That's very nice. And now at floor 5, they need to get through all these blocks as quickly as possible, which is really no concern of theirs. I don't think I even need to help them here. And now once they're at floor 6, we get additional resources, like the iron ore we just unlocked. And now once we have 5 iron bars, that gives us Guts, who's a big, strong man. Is he just gonna punch the blocks? I feel like he's just gonna punch them. Yep, called it. But he punches them really fast too, which I like. And it takes 15 iron ingots to unlock a ninja, I guess. So we'll just go ahead and work on that, making 20 iron bars this time. We also have a lot of copper bars too, which we can use to give ourselves some upgrades here, like forge speed, just increasing that a little more so we can get the blocks sooner. And I don't know what it was, but one of them just carved a straight line all the way through. Was that Guts? Wow, he's one-shotting the blocks now. That's amazing. I guess that's what happens when their mining efficiency is 7,500%. And that's only a level 13. Although the upgrades are getting really expensive now, so that makes sense. We'll just upgrade to clicky damage as well because I really want to get through this and see what ore we unlock next. I really feel bad for these quote-unquote boss floors at like floor 10 because there's just nothing stopping these guys. They're way too effective. And ooh, we got some purple stuff now. Is that like amethyst? Raw amethyst, yeah. Can be refined to purchase upgrades. Is that what the gems are made out of? Let's just cook up some of these and see what they give us. Oh, I didn't even notice that it takes copper bars to refine these. That's getting a little expensive, but at least we can also use those copper bars to give a little bonus to the resource multiplier. We'll just need to make sure that we keep up on the copper production as well as the iron production. And these quests here give us copper bars as well, which we just completed. That means we can unlock Jackie, the ninja. So they're going into the last slot. Oh wow, they're very quick. They are so quick. Giving Guts a run for his money, which he's not one-shotting the blocks anymore, which is kind of sad. And some of these guys have really interesting stats. I didn't notice that Adoy here has infinite storage, so he can go through all of these. You are definitely one to keep around, my friend. And then I imagine he deposits everything once he's done with the floor. That means we have a lot of resources to work with. Just got to keep all these productions topped off as well as the amethyst here. And I think I just found the ultimate goal that I want to reach. But that takes 500 iron bars. We'll get back to that one. And now we can give each of our miners 10,000% efficiency. Did I say 10,000? I actually meant 20,000. That's a lot faster than I expected that to upgrade. It's also nice to see that the damage that the basic miner and the ninja are doing 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, just because that's a fun number to see. And since copper is such a heavy resource, let's go ahead and increase the forge size a few times as well so we can make more of it. And even without me helping them, these guys are traveling through the floors incredibly fast. But the task that I have is to tap 40 times, so let's just go ahead and work our way through that so we can get some additional gems that we're never going to use. I will say some of these quests are absolutely ridiculous to ask of me right off the bat. 317 boss floors? I get that's like the maximum quality of quest because it gives so much, but I'll be honest, I'm not gonna get anywhere near that today, so let's just re-roll it. So now we have something we can use the gems for. Oh, 190 boss floors, that's way better. Re-roll that. Okay, mining out a whole ton of blocks blocks, that's a lot more feasible, even if the number is incredibly huge. And we are getting close to tapping 21 birds, so we'll hang on to that quest. And I suppose I could use these gems to upgrade the forge outputs, bump that up to 10% for each of these, because that seems like a good idea. Not that it really matters at such low numbers. We just gotta make sure that production keeps rolling, as well as increasing the forge speed. And we can do that for all of these, I think. And my goodness, my clicks do nothing anymore, which is how these games go. So we'll just make sure to upgrade to things that do real damage. And we'll just tap a ton of times anyway, because that's what the task is asking for, so we can get some additional gems for that. And now once we're past floor 25, that unlocks new upgrades for us. Ooh, and a new resource. This looks like gold. And another one. There's gold ore. It's a ruby, which takes a gold bar to smelt into a refined ruby. That is ridiculous. So what I think I'm gonna do is tap this final bird to complete this quest, and then let my guys work their way through floor 30 just to say that I did that. And now that that's done, we actually unlocked a new pit to go into. So if we go ahead and warp to the coal pits, this should be good for getting up a ton of coal to begin with, but this is a very tough spot and they're not making a whole lot of progress. So we'll just go back to the regular caves and pay a small fee to get a lot of prestige points, which we lose some things, but it's not everything. And we make an easy 2,000 coins out of it. So we'll claim the souls, I guess. And the good news is we're back to floor 1, but we keep all of our miners, as well as all of our resources too. So it's not a complete reset, and I like that. And all those soul coins that we do have can be used to increase mining speed once, which doesn't look like much right now because it's less than 1%. But we also have a lot of coins to increase the mining power here a few times to 200%. And I think we'll just upgrade that again. Now it's just a matter of collecting a ton of coins again to increase the mining power here, so we can make sure these guys one-shot the blocks the whole time. And we actually collected enough things to unlock the pirate. But we need to trade one of the miners for the pirate. And it honestly looks like the pirate just really isn't worth it right now. Now I just wish there was a way to automatically add things to the forge, because we have a lot of material to go through. At least we have a whole lot of copper bars to increase mining power here and resource multiplier there before it gets really expensive. Ooh, and we skip to the boss floor. If you clear them fast enough, you skip to the next one. Cool. So now we're already on floor 15. This is so much better of a fast track. Let's just keep increasing the mining power so we can make sure to do that a whole bunch. And that's a lot of taps I need to do. But it doesn't look like we cleared floor 15 fast enough. So now we're on floor 16. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's better than having to wait an hour and a half to get to where we just were. And I might as well forge one ruby so I can see what I can do with it. And we actually can unlock Frankie right now. Do we really want Frankie though? 3% crit chance, a lot of crit damage. It's starting to look like the starting crew that I have is the best one. That's fine by me. We'll just keep production up on everything else. And we'll keep the power upgrades constantly going up, which I should probably start increasing this one, but they're more expensive. Okay, now we can give them additional 12% mining power from here, which should pair up nicely, well, sort of, with the thousands of percent that they have here, but at least they're still one-shotting the blocks. I wonder if this scaling is gonna make them go through floor 30 fast enough to move to the next boss floor. I'm not sure if that could happen because we haven't seen floor 35 yet. As expected, we just move on to floor 31. Would be kind of fun though to speedrun the floors that way. Lo and behold, we've done enough to upgrade Adoy once, or we can unlock Tetra here, which, I mean, comparing him to Guts, there's no contest. So we'll upgrade Adoy with everything we have. Increased mining speed and crit chance. Okay, now it's taking 1,000 of whatever that is. So I think he's good for a while. And really, if there's anyone that needs the upgrade, it's Guts here. He's not one-shotting the blocks anymore. Let's just help him out a little. I just realized we had 2.5 million coins. Wow, we've been at this for a while. That's actually maxed out mining power right there. Now Guts is doing the one-shotting on lesser resources like he should. The ruby still gives him a bit of a hard time, but it's doing that for everybody. Okay, maybe not everybody. Our starting miner is still cruising. And now we're pressing into the 40s range for floors. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. We get new stuff at floor 50. We'll just make sure their damage keeps up by increasing this other mining power upgrade. And we have hit a surprising point where we are actually out of coal. So it might be time to take our souped up miners here that have cleared level 45 and take them into the coal pits. Ooh, which we actually get offline rewards for, even though I haven't quit the game yet. That's handy. And we can increase our mining power here, which it looks like we need to. Thankfully, we have a lot of coins from that. So the concentration of coal should increase as we get further down, which means we can really stock up here. And my clicker could actually do something if we just upgrade this a few times. Oh yeah, I'm clearing this place out faster than any anybody. Gotta get these boys down to the more profitable floors. Okay, a boss floor in the coal mines. What comes after this? Ooh, that's actually something new right there. Can I just get it? That's a diamond? I was expecting to get diamonds in the coal pits. I wasn't expecting to get anything other than coal. Not as rare as one would expect. So we can refine that? Where do we do that? That might be something that happens later. But at least now we have enough coal to resume production of all of these things. Ooh, and there's other things that are gonna be coming up too. But we definitely need to go deeper so these empty spaces get a lot less frequent. And they're also collecting some copper and iron bars down here as well. Unless that's something that I'm doing. Okay, now our production is having us run out of the regular resources like copper here. So let's go back to the caves. Oh my goodness, being away for 7 minutes gives me 7 million? And look at all these things. That's a lot of money I have to work with right there. Increase the mining power and resume production of all this. So now Mr. Adoy here is doing 1 million damage for every one of those spear strikes. And everybody else is capable of getting close to that except for Morgan here because he uses a shotgun. Oh, and we've actually unlocked Jord here. Or at least we have the option to. Is he any better? Deals random damage to blocks. I'm intrigued. It actually looks like he's a little better than Guts here. So let's unequip you and put you in his place. And he's just throwing playing cards everywhere, but he's dealing a lot of crits there. Ooh, Sapphire's unlocked. Hey, we've reached floor 50 and there's Cinnabars there. It sounds like a graham cracker or something. And that's the resource that Adoy was asking for more upgrades. But that takes iron bars to smelt. That is super expensive. And this one takes gold. And there's mythic gems that we can unlock as well with a little bit of everything. What in the world are you used for? So yes, it looks like his damage is all over the place, but he is destroying most of the blocks in one hit. So I'd say that's pretty good. And there was other things we unlocked at floor 50, like a scrapyard. Is this where we get a ton of iron and copper? I see a lot of copper there. That's good because we need all that. And for whatever reason, it looks like the coins don't carry over between these different spots. But now that we've unlocked this place, we should be getting Ido rewards here, which means we'll have a long time supply of copper. There, now we can get a full queue of copper again. We've also got a lot of copper bars too, so let's increase the forge speed a few times. And we make sure all of our guys one-shot the blocks in here. So here I'm hoping that once we clear floor 5 of the scrapyard, we'll possibly get some iron thrown into the mix, which just looks like more copper. That's a little disappointing. Although there are other places coming up with needing 100 floors cleared and then 500. Okay, this place is definitely worth it. We have 100 raw copper right now. Perfect amount to throw entirely into bars. And if we ever need coal, we can just run back to the coal pits, pick up the idle rewards for quite a few of them, give these guys a little help with the mining power. Ooh, pick up a diamond here and there. And then we run back to the caves because that's gonna give us a whole bunch of rewards just for 6 minutes. And since each of those visits counts as offline time, might actually be worth putting it into this upgrade right here with the prestige coins. Usually I don't worry about this because I'm not gonna be returning to a lot of these clicker games anytime soon, but now it actually seems like a worthwhile upgrade. And that is the last of these special top hat birds that give us gems. You will be missed. And now these mining power upgrades down here are costing lots of millions. So that's gonna drain the money pretty quickly, but now they got an additional 1500% from here. And all that means that they can still one-shot all these blocks to really no end. Okay, I think I see the appeal of Frankie actually. Fires a laser that pierces every block in its path. That definitely seems worth checking out, but who do we replace him with? Morgan damages 3 blocks in an area, and it's actually dealing less damage now that we go further down, so it might be Morgan's time to retire, or whatever it is. Anyway, let's equip Frankie, and oh yeah, it damages all those blocks. That's a lot of damage numbers going up right there. Definitely need to increase that power for him. So let's see him do it on a completely fresh floor. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Though it looks like the damage is significantly reduced once it is past the first block, which is a bit too bad because that reduces a lot of the scaling. But it looks like he's doing really good in the coal mines. Look at that, that is insane. All the rows of empty blocks just get annihilated, and the coal is just like one hit away from that as well. He's gonna make this go by a lot faster. Fresh floor here. Oh, that entire row just got deleted. That is amazing. Really replenishing our coal stocks now, and getting some raw diamonds as well because they exist down here. The only place that doesn't seem to happen is the boss floors, which even then they still go down pretty pretty fast. I wonder how he's going to do in a scrapyard. Takes a few hits, but he still is able to get through the entire row on his own. That's amazing. And just a few upgrades makes that go a lot faster, which he moves on instantly because someone took his spot. They're so rude like that. Whoa. What did our people just find? An essence of refinement. Seems to be overflowing with energy. Wow. Oh, hey, and I was right. There is iron down here. It just took a little farther to get to it. And we get a reward for clearing 23 boss floors, which is nice. Essence of refinement? I feel like that's not something I'm supposed to see until like down here. But there was a 0.1% chance of finding it. And that's what we did. Amazing. And now we're gonna have an idle iron income. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to say that at full speed. Idle iron income. Okay, say that 5 times fast. Ooh, the scrapyard is starting to give us gold now on floor 26. That's fun. That's a lot earlier than it is in the normal cave. Speaking of the normal cave, let's go back there and keep working our way to deeper and deeper floors because we can upgrade their mining power quite a bit. So I do wonder what this cinnabar classifies as. It doesn't look like a gem, so it is a gem, but it does cost iron to refine, so I'm not gonna make too many of those. What I am considering though is making a lot more of these amethysts here because this little miner triples raw gems mined. And we have plenty of copper bars to do that. And we have made it to a nice depth in these mines. And it is a little surprising. Sometimes it looks like they're not gonna clear the boss wave, but they managed to. So we're just making sure production doesn't stop on any of these things as well as the rubies because the wizard here, Grand Elf, I just saw the name of that, is pretty feasible on getting him unlocked. And he does some splash damage to the blocks. So let's see, who do we care to replace now? Probably you. Remove you, put the wizard in, right on the boss floor. Ooh, those are some pretty orbs going down there, dealing some splash damage. Although it's not entirely splash damage, but I like it. And then we'll replace the ninja with the astronaut, because astronauts are always better than ninjas. Oh, look at that, it's floating over. And wow, there's massive damage right there. I can't even tell what the base damage is because all the hits have been crits. 14 million base damage. That is amazing right now. Everyone else doesn't even come close. And oh my gosh, is that you? You deal splash damage too. Your potential isn't even realized with you mining on the edge of the world like that. But look at that go. Major strikes happening to every one of those. The only one that's really out of place now is little goblin boy here. But all these more powerful miners should help in the coal pits, going through that lickety split, as well as the scrapyards. And they should be able to whittle out the boss floor fast enough that we can speed on to floor 10 in the scrapyard. Oh, that's amazing. And wow, I think they got to floor 15 fast enough too. They're really on a roll. Need to upgrade them to keep up with it all. And they sped through that one too, so they're on floor 20. Okay, now they're starting to slow down. Oh my gosh, but they did it. They're on floor 25 with only like 0.1 second to spare for the speed bonus, I think. Although it's really starting to weigh on them now. So now they get back to regular mining. Speaking of regular mining, it's time to come back here and use the materials we have to upgrade the miners that we do keep, like Morgan here. So we got better storage and some other things. I mean, might as well unlock Tetra as well. Let's see how Tetra does with things. He runs up with his one arm and okay, he still is able to go through the blocks incredibly fast. He just has to make the trip back with everybody else. And I'm not sure why he's leading with his weak arm if his other one is so incredibly massive. And they sped through floor 75 so fast that they're at floor 80 already. I didn't think they'd be able to. I hope they keep this up, but it doesn't look like they can. That was a pleasant surprise. That gets us all the more closer to floor 100, where there's more good things. But man, Frankie's laser is not keeping up with the blocks like it used to. At least he's able to weaken the blocks for everybody else to get through, like our astronaut friend Lyra here. All right, because I have so much money and the fact that I haven't put any upgrades into tap damage, let's just go ahead and put as many things into this as we can, just so we can recognize that there is absolutely no way we can get through these on our own. But then we start putting damage into this tap upgrader, and the numbers are so big that I can't even see past them, but they still don't do enough. At least I can say that I haven't totally neglected these things. Oh, and speaking of neglecting, I need to go back to the coal mines, where thankfully those reserves come back very quickly, so we can keep up production on all these other things. So it looks like Mr. Tetra here does way more damage with his right arm than his left. So that's what I'm saying. Why don't you just swing with your right arm the whole time? Uh-oh. It actually looks like they didn't win that floor. So they'll need a little more of a power upgrade. And so once we give that to them and the next upgrade goes into the weird notation, we can try the boss floor again, and that should hold a lot better results. They're definitely going through it a lot quicker than last time, keeping well ahead of the timer, so that's a good sign. And we cleared it, so now we're on to floor 91. And whoa, that was a big crit from Frankie right there. Cleared out that whole row. when he was struggling before. Now, if only he could crit more often. But, you know, his crit chance is all of 3, so he's doing what he can. And whatever this weird notation means, we're able to afford those upgrades now. And we're not even halfway through these upgrades here, but that's an additional 40,000% here on top of all the stuff here. So I'm willing to bet that these upgrades here are even more insanely powerful mining upgrades. Ooh, there was another crit from Frankie, clearing out the entire row. Good job. Oh my gosh, and he got it again. It hasn't even been a minute. That 3% is really kicking into overtime. I swear if you guys still can't do it, I'm gonna be very upset with you. Especially you. I put a lot of money into you. That's more like it. They cleared that floor with enough time to spare. I gotta say, I'm not sure how well these guys are gonna do on floor 100, but even the damage they're doing is in the weird notation, which is pretty crazy all on its own, but they're definitely not clearing this in 15 seconds. Hopefully another upgrade or 2 helps with that, an extra 143,000%. We're just gonna go right to it, and it's actually looking pretty promising right now. Only 10 blocks left, but also 10 seconds on the clock. Come on, Frankie, do your thing. That's it, just a few more, and everybody teams in. Yes, we did it, we beat floor 100. Oh, task is clear, give me those beautiful gems. And now we, move on to greener and shinier things, like raw emeralds, and I'm sorry, platinum ore. Wow. This is a thing now? Wow, lots of goodies, and I ran out of coal for it. I don't even know how long it's been since I was at the coal pits. Oh, 15 minutes. But that gives an extra 160 coal there. Scrapyard will give us some extra goodies there, and now we can actually process some of this platinum, which, man, the guys are going through these floors really quickly now that they're done with the boss. And this is floor 100, but things continue all the way into 1,000. So there's a lot more to this game we haven't uncovered, especially since apparently we've only completed 5% of this game. Oh my goodness. Well, if you want to see more of Idle Cave Miner, then be sure to let me know. Thank you guys very much for watching, and sub to Intern. And thanks to the channel members, including Bread, Mr. Cripple 1, Ancient Elixir 1, Corby Farm, Dakota C, Donamoto, Devion X, Muffin Stuffer, Lucas S, Splatter Sex, The Real Nickname, Hateful Herald, Peggy Sue, Droopalong, TJ, Seriously Sarcastic, Angel, Lily, and The Miner Within.